Hello and welcome to Balrogs Beers, the podcast where we drink beer and play Adventures in Middle-earth, a supplement to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I'm George Sutherland, your DM, and with me I have three guests. Firstly, Guy Davis.
Hello, I'll be playing Beardor.
Next to him we have Anthony Walker.
Hi, I'm Crordosh. Good stuff.
Crordosh.
The goblin.
The goblin.
Crordosh the goblin.
Scholar, obviously.
And lastly we have Joe Jordan.
I'll be playing Aharedir, son of Arthur, an
God.
honourable Dunedain warrior.
Hey, I sincerely doubt it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Now, Adventures in Middle-earth is set in the world of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. It adds a few new skills and races and classes and such, but we'll jump right into it. Are we ready?
Can we do a sexiness check?
A sexiness check.
Yeah.
We need to see which character is the most sexy.
I mean, it's gonna
If it's
be
not
me.
Beardor.
It's gonna be me.
It can't be you.
It's definitely the goblin.
What can I say?
Why do we have a goblin?
Right. The year is 2968 to the Third Age, 27 years after the Battle of Five Armies was fought. Sauron has declared himself in the lands of Mordor and sends orcs, goblins, and all manner of foul creatures to burn and pillage across the land, all while he searches for the One Ring. The roads are no longer safe to travel, the wilderness holds dark and present dangers, and Middle-earth's people have become far less trusting of strangers. The date is September 22nd, and unknown to our heroes, a hobbit has been born today in the Shire that has the potential to change all that. In the meantime, however, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and we find Aharedir in a series of unfortunate circumstances in the lands of Bree.
What a series of unfortunate circumstances I found myself in.
You feel an almighty tug on a rope binding your hands,
Oh.
and you collapse to your knees onto the grassy plain beneath you. The orc imprisoning you spits at you on the floor as you rise to your feet. The mangy warg he sits upon gives a snarl as he does so, baring its sharp teeth.
Ugh, orc scum.
Get up, you filth! I want to get back before nightfall. Catchers on the road heading west. You've been held captive for 2 days, ambushed in the night, bound and marched non-stop east. Your feet are sore and your bindings have rubbed your skin raw.
Oh, man. I was just going to moisturise.
As the sun begins to set, you finally see your destination. In a sea of rock and grass, a single hill stands apart from the others, a couple of 100 feet tall. At its summit, one could see for miles and miles into the surrounding lowlands. On the top of the hill, you see a circular ruin of a once great watchtower. Light from a campfire lights up the broken stones, and deep voices can be heard from across the plain.
Ooh, spooky.
Deep, eh?
If you want to take a history check,
Ooh.
Yeah, why not? That's 17.
you know this to be the great watchtower of Amon Sul,
Oh.
the Hill of Wind, now called Weathertop by most. It's been abandoned by the Dunedain that built it long ago, and has since been used by orcs and rangers alike as a campground as they travel these lands.
Is there nothing sacred these scum won't take from us?
The orc's pace quickens as he pulls you toward the hill. You have to run to keep up with him and save from being dragged. The voices become clearer as you head up the slope that circles around the hill, acting as a ramp to its summit. You can tell that these are orc voices, most likely this orc's kin. The sun has fully set now as you climb the final stone steps into the center of the ruin. You see 16 orcs amongst the ruin, roasting meat over the campfire, sharpening great ugly swords, and drinking a thick brown grog. These, like the orc that captured you, are clad in furs and leather, with armor made from bone and quivers strapped to their back. All of this is covered in a layer of mud and grime, and you are hit with a foul stench of orc as you get closer.
Tasty.
The largest of the orcs walks towards you. He gives you a menacing smirk, and you see that half his face is burnt and scarred, and has been bolted together with black iron strips that have been welded to the side of his head.
A face not even a mother could love.
Greetings, Brog. We were expecting you to return sooner, but now I see that you have enslaved another worthless maggot for the Dark Lord. He grabs Brog's throat, and his expression changes to one of anger. Come back from patrol late again, and I shall separate your head from your body. Throw this ranger scum in with the others.
Oh man, that guy sounds like he seems like pretty serious.
You see that on the edge of the ruin, a cage has been constructed from wooden stakes, strapped and nailed onto the old stones. Within it, 7 figures, a man and a woman, farmers by the look of them, huddled in each other's arms, looking frightened. A man wearing only a thin cloth shirt and trousers meant to be worn like under armor. In the furthest corner, you see an elf woman with a scowl upon her face, and in the other, a hobbit sitting on the ground, staring at the floor, sobbing. In there, you see a dwarf clad in fine garb.
Yeah, you do.
And lastly, in the center of the cage sits a goblin prodding at his toes in apparent boredom.
Hey gang, How's it going?
Ugh. You just get captured by one orc.
You know what? That is not important.
Really? You didn't take any of them down?
There were like 20 orcs to start with. He's just the last one.
Fucking doing it time.
And you got lucky.
Brogan ties your rucksack and travelling cloak that he took from you when you were captured from his warg and throws it atop a pile of others that have been taken from those they have imprisoned. He then grabs you with a strong grip and drags you over to the cage. Brog speaks out to those of you inside the cage. "Stand back, scum," he yells.
I look him directly in the eye.
He sniffs and "Get back, dwarf."
Just this time.
He unchains the gate with a rusty key and throws you in. You hit the stone floor with a thud.
He tripped.
"Get off him, orc." You hear a man in the cloth shirt says before helping you to your feet. You see the man is about 40 years with thick brown beard and mid-length hair. His face is hardy with strong jaw. He's well built from years of fighting, and his hands are gruff and calloused. "Welcome, my ranger friend. It seems that you've come to join us in the great watchtower of Amon Sul. It seems that you, like us, have become victim to Nazdug and his pack of filthy hunter orcs. I'm Berwyn, son of Beren, once a captain of Gondor, but now only just a fool in a cage." He gives you a smile and extends his hand for a shake. "And who might you be?"
I am Aharedir, son of Arthurgar, one of the Dunedain. I was captured while I was camping. These orcs have no honor.
Pompous prick.
If you want to give like a physical sort of description of your character.
I look a bit like Aragorn.
If you look like Viggo Morgenstern.
Pretty much I look like Viggo Mortensen,
Oh, who's he?
but way more attractive. That's pretty much.
We haven't rolled sexiness yet. You could be ugly.
No, I'm definitely attractive.
I don't know.
In your own eyes. Sure.
I shake the hand of the ranger. No, the Gondor dude. And
You
who
should-
me you be?
Hey, I'm Beardor.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, we.
What do you want?
Bowen shakes your hand. May I have the pleasure of introducing the others of a band of fools. I have with me here is Beardor, son of Dorin.
Of the line of Durin. Son of Dorin. Classic.
If you want to introduce yourself,
Uh,
Beardor.
I'm a dwarf.
And I'm looking for
I
fun.
have, and I'm looking for hot ladies in the area. No, I have a massive beard. Look very mountainous, I'd say.
Mountain Dwarf, the Iron Hills.
Mountain dwarf of the Iron Hills. I'm an emissary from my race in the Iron Hills. I'm a slayer, and I'll fight anyone.
Oh, what class are you playing, Joe?
I'm a warrior.
Warrior class.
I kick the goblin. I go, this is some goblin scum I picked up.
Oh, disgusting.
Name is Crordosh.
Whatever.
Bastard.
Berwyn sort of starts going around to introduce the others in prison there.
Ooh,
And
the
here
elf
we
lady.
have Tom and Daisy Kettlegrass, farmers from the local area, catch on their way to Bree
Can we roll
to sell sell their produce. Tom and Daisy, still wrapped in each other's arms, give a scared nod. The two have burnt skin from working long, hard days in the field, and their arms are thick from pulling heavy equipment. They look not to have had a decent meal in a long while. Bowen then turns to the Hobbit. This is Hobbard Proudfoot, Hob for short. Hobbit of the Shire, and a rarity amongst his kin. Hob here was mapping the surrounding area. Strange thing for a Hobbit to be this far out in the wilderness. Seems that our friend Hob here is cut from a different cloth. Hob is still in the corner, his eyes on the ground. He wears like a very fine jacket and waistcoat, and his trousers that stop just below his knee, pronouncing his large, hairy Hobbit feet. Tears round down his handsome face. Berwyn goes to him, rests his hands on Hob's shoulder, and then looks up, and he looks up for a second. It will be okay. We are all going to get out of this, I promise you. Hob gives a weak smile before returning his gaze to the floor.
Who's this elf lady? Is
Yeah.
it Liv Tyler?
This is Laliagwen, elf of Mirkwood. Laliagwen stares out across the plain into the darkness, not seeming to be listening, but then turns her head to gives you a slow nod.
I like it.
Whilst the others show sign of
I wink slyly.
whilst the others show the signs of having spent many days caged without the ability to change or wash, Laliagwen looks not to have been affected in the slightest. Her green elf garb looks as precise and as tidy as the day it was made, and her red hair flows perfectly down her back, far down to her calves.
Ooh.
Her pale face turns towards you,
Beardor appears clearly aroused.
and you see in her eyes not only the beauty and the immortality of the elves, but also this a sadness deep within them.
Cool. I like a tragic backstory.
And lastly, Berwin sort of he has a less friendly expression. He says, "Lastly, I don't know why they threw this foul wretch in here with us, but I suppose I shall introduce our final guest. What is your name again,
kick
Goblin?"
him again. Kick him again. Speak to the man.
Crordosh, you scum. I don't know why I'm in here with you guys either.
I do. You killed some of my men.
You forced me with you. Why did you take me with you? Always hated me.
Killed my people. I kill yours.
Why did you force
Very simple.
You specifically asked to bring me.
Just wanted you as a pet. Show off to people. Look at this disgusting goro I caught. You also seemed to actually speak our language, which was curious, I'd say.
That's what you get when you spend more time with you than with
Well,
your own kin. But
you're a fast learner, I'll give you that, Gobbo.
No, that.
Crordosh, do you want to give a physical description?
Well, depending on the sexy roll.
How big are these eyes?
The biggest puppy eyes
Oh.
I've ever seen.
Is that what
No.
drew me in?
So traditionally, goblins are pretty damn hideous.
Are you
and-
not?
Well, I've had
I think you're pretty hideous.
several years of being exposed to the sun because you don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, you're pretty burnt up.
So there are blisters sort of all over the place, but whether that's improved or
I find it repulsive.
made my appearance worse depends on the sexy role. But I don't think I'm particularly the most attractive, if even goblin.
What
out
colour's
there,
your
so-
skin?
Mottled grey.
How naked are you?
I mean, I've
You wearing just like a loincloth? What's he wearing?
basically.
Oh.
This
I mean,
isn't a sex line.
It should be. What's he wearing?
Chat with goblins.
Dear God. Not very much.
Cool.
amazingly.
Not very much. Interesting.
Well, neither's anyone else really.
No.
Yeah,
but-
you're all, you've been in prison for maximum of a week.
Fair enough.
So they've taken most of your armor and any sort of large bits of traveling gear, and you're mostly
Guess
sort
I'm
of
wearing a royal garment.
yes, just like your underclothes. Well,
My underclothes.
we're not just
Beardor doesn't wear underclothes.
Gotta be prepared.
You've always got to be ready for any eventuality.
He's a commando dwarf.
right. Berwin talks to you. He's, as it introduced your group, he begins to draw you in. Now
Sup?
now, I'm sure you would like to know what you're doing here. From what we have managed to overhear, these hunter orcs, led by Nasdaq, have come down from the mountains to round up anyone they can get their hands on to work as a slave for Sauron's war machine. Having declared himself in Mordor, he has been enslaving thousands to build up his armies. What we are not clear on is what exactly it means to take us first. I can't see them trekking us all the way down to Mordor itself. No, most likely they plan to take us to Gundabad.
Where's that?
It's a harsh land in the north, swarming with orcs. We'd be lucky to last a week up there, let alone long enough to return to our families back home.
Well, it's good to be optimistic. isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Well, you're a Gondor captain or something.
Captain of Gondor, yes.
Yes. Can't you do something about it? Can't your friends from Gondor come and save us, you fool?
No, Beardor, I was separated from my kin. It saddens me to say, but we're on our own here.
Why didn't you share this information with me when I've been here all this time? I spent all this time kicking this gobbo for entertainment, and you could have been telling this lovely story. You're wasting my time, and the elves, and this farmer couple who I've yet to talk to intimately.
I don't really like Beardor.
Me neither.
Beardor likes you.
Oh god.
Actually, no, he thinks you're a bit shit because, you can't fight. You only got captured by one orc and a warg.
Yeah, but so did you.
No, I was fighting off hundreds.
I was there.
No,
I was
100.
there.
Shut up, gobbo scum.
Tripped over his own beer.
I mean,
Listen to him.
I will admit you were exposed at the time, but
Could do persuasion check. I definitely didn't trip over my beard.
I draw close to Berwin and I ask him what a captain of Gondor is doing this far north.
I was sent away from my family on a mission by the Lord of Gondor himself. My mission has brought me across the lands of Middle-earth, but it seems that now I only am a captive here. He sort of you see sort of a sadness, a longing to return in his sort of expression. I'm going to lay out some of the key points on the map.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So the ruins of Weathertop have a circular ring of stone walls with arches carved all around. Spaced equally around the ring are 5 tall statues of hooded figures that peer down to the centre of the structure. One of which has collapsed into rubble. Whilst there once was a ceiling, there is no more. Rubble is scattered in large piles all across the ruin, and grass patches have crept their way through the stonework and pops out from the stone floor.
Are there any nice flowers?
There's a few sort of
Weeds.
that are growing.
Weeds. Are any of them mildly interesting and within reach of the cage?
You can take a nature check if you want to see anything.
Nature check. My nature is 0.
I
I don't see any flowers. I think my nature's 0. Yeah, it's 0.
Just roll anyway, you know.
I'll roll anyway. I'll roll a 20.
Yeah, you never know.
That's yeah.
You can find some
Not very
pipe
good
weed.
at dice. Oh, if I find some pipeweed, it's going to be fun.
That's it, end of quest.
2. I don't see any plants.
You don't recognise any of the shrubs or
Hand
plants
in
or...
some stinging nettles.
I put my hand in the stinging nail and take like 2 damage.
What are the shadowy figure statues?
They're like these sort of hooded figures with beards.
Beards.
Beards, eh?
Yes.
Are they related?
No, they're not
As you
too
know, Aharedir, this was once Weathertop was once where they kept the Palantir. One of the Palantires, one of the seeing stones.
Magic, eh?
Yes,
So-
I knew that.
So these statues are all surrounded, sort of they're all looking into the center of this ruin.
They're looking right at me. Ah!
Right. The hill to Weathertop slopes gradually from the northeast around the ruin, leading to a series of stone steps that lead up to the utmost tier. In the middle of the ruin is a large campfire, surrounded by a couple of benches where the orcs cook their food, drink grog, and sleep. All the wargs used by the orcs are kept on the edge of the ruin, just by the stone step, and they spend most of their time when they're not ridden. They're sort of sleeping and sort of spewed across the stone floor. The cage itself that you're in is made from wooden stakes stuck in the hard ground and strapped together with rope and large iron nails. The wooden structure has been bolted onto the stone walls of the ruin. The wooden gate has been made using one of the archways that opens up into the center of the ring and is chained together with a thick rusty iron chain and lock. The cage has a roof made of the same wooden stakes. The floor is a hard sort of ground and rock. A chain pot sits overflowing in the corner, and a bench is sitting outside that is sometimes used by the orcs to guard you.
Are there any guards there at the moment?
There is not. All the rest of the orcs are sort of in sort of crude conversation around the campfire, and a broken stairway is situated on the east side, leading to the top of a broken corner of the ruin, upon which the orcs use to keep watch over the whole ruin and the surrounding area.
Fair enough.
The highest point.
So they're facing us.
Yeah, there's sort of just a guy there to keep a watch on everything going on. Your backpacks and the weapons and armor that they took from you has been piled up in the northern corner of the ruin.
Is this the northern corner?
Yes. All of you are have your hands bound with like a thick rope. It leaves you restrained, but does not inhibit your speed or movement.
Can I ask the gobbo to chew through it?
You can.
Will you chew through it, gobbo scum? What was your name?
You're asking really nicely. I
What
like
was your
it.
name?
You don't care.
I don't remember your name. Say it.
Why would it? Crordosh. You.
Crordosh, would
No,
you
I mean,
please?
you're gonna forget it in the next 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
You
completely. Would you
bastard
please chew through
scum.
my ropes?
No.
These two are clearly
Why?
fools.
Why would I do that?
I looked to Berwyn to see if he
So
has
we
a
can
plan.
escape, you fool.
Non-animal, you bastard.
Chew.
But speaking of animals, are there any wargs around?
Yeah. There's a big pile of them.
Wargs. Yeah, are they near the orcs or are they sort of separate?
Oh.
They're sort of on the south stone staircase leading up to the ruin, in a big pile there.
Are they cute?
Yeah. Are they like puppies?
No, they're pretty mangy, tough wild wargs. They've got sort of like scratches and scarring, from being
Beardor doesn't judge.
Do any of them have like cute inside-out ears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we pet them? That's what I'm asking.
He's asking if you can pet them.
I need to make use of my animal handling.
That's true.
Here, so
Can I try and escape?
That's probably the goal.
You know, I
just really
hadn't
like
thought
it
of
here.
that, but
I do quite like it here, but I'm thinking, could I try and like wiggle one of the posts free? Is that even a? Because they're orcs and it's made of wood. You can probably get out quite easy.
maybe you could chew through it.
Maybe you could, if someone wasn't being a complete scumbag.
why don't you chew through it?
Beardor don't chew. I don't lower myself to your level. I eat things whole.
That's the motto. The Beardor don't chew.
But in any case, the most important thing with the orcs around the campfire, what's on the menu?
What's on the menu, boys?
Meat's back on the menu.
Oh, that's good because I had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
God damn it!
Whilst in,
I knew it would degenerate.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
whilst in prison here on Weathertop, you've not been sitting idly, but you've managed to pick up a couple of things that might help you escape. So if each of you wants to roll a d8, I've got a table here. So
Can't
Kai,
count
if you want to go first, sorry,
Is that an 8?
Beardor, if you want to go first.
1.
You found nothing.
That's in keeping with my character.
Good job.
7.
Crordosh, you found a jagged piece of rock that could be used as a weapon.
Wow.
Nice rock, sir.
This is my lucky rock.
6.
Ooh.
You found 3 petals of a flower that is poisonous when ingested.
Oh.
Can I have the flower?
Give them to Beardor.
Do you show it to me?
Give them to the lovely elf lady.
I'm going to give them to the lovely elf lady.
I'm definitely going to poison someone with these.
Interesting.
It might
God,
be one
why?
of you.
I mean, fair enough. Can I go talk to the lovely farm couple?
Sure, you walk up to them. They're sort of huddled in each other's arms, sort of.
I go, sup, peeps. How's it hanging?
A traditional dwarven greeting.
This is traditional speak in my part of the mountain. Hello, how are you doing? I didn't talk to you guys yet.
Tom sort of looks up for a moment. Hello, Beardor. How are you keeping?
Keeping well. How's your wife?
We are both frightened here.
Where is your farm based? Where were you captured?
To the south of here, we have a small farmstead.
Fair enough. We can come visit after this terrible event has all closed, and as long as we're not slaves.
I hope that one day you may, Beardor. Thank you.
Cool. I'll bring my family there. Come see you. It'll be nice. Nice royal greeting, I expect.
Of course, you will be much welcome. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, Beardor.
Have you got anything useful we could use to get out of here at all?
Because you found nothing.
Because I've been searching around this cage for days and I haven't found a thing at all. There's not even any flowers.
Only this. He holds out his hand and there's a gold coin.
I lick the coin.
It just tastes of
Gold?
gold.
Cool.
No, like a metal.
Is he
It's a
giving
metal
it to
thing.
me or just showing me?
He shows us. We found this, but if you need it, I suppose we can give it to you.
Perhaps we could barter our way out
We
of the
could
cage.
barter our way out of this. You hold on to it for now. I'll tell the others that we have this as a tool.
Thank you.
I explained to the others that we've got gold to bargain with.
While Beardor is talking about how he can't find any flowers, can I search for some flowers?
Can you get me some flowers? Then I might like you, scum. Oh dear.
8.
8. The only thing you really find is the moss round here. You know that they had like a bit. They got like a bitter taste, and they might fill you up if it
Tasty. I take some of that delicious moss.
I see you taking it and I say, oh, can I have a bit?
No.
Oh shit!
I kick you square in the face.
I'll just go over a couple of things that you know. There's 8 prisoners imprisoned here. We have Tom and Daisy Kettlegrass. They're the farmers. We have Berwin, the captain of Gondor. Hob, the hobbit from the Shire.
Ah, the Hobbit.
Hob the Hobbit.
Hob the Hobbit.
Hob the Hobbit.
Hobbard, Hob,
Creative.
Proudfoot, the Hobbit. And Lally Gwen, the elf. What you know from this is the information. I presume you would relay this to
Everyone else.
to everyone else and to Aharedir has just come in. There's 17 members of this pack of orcs. Each has a warg, which they ride. The largest orc with the burnt face goes by the name of Nazdug. He's the leader of this hunting party, tasked with supplying Sauron's war machine with fresh slaves. It seems to only target travellers on the road, which draws less attention from the larger gatherings of men and elves in the area. Nazdog's second in command was Brog, who brought in Aharedir. However, a series of blunders on Brog's part, Nazdog has made another orc by the name of Darg his second. During the day, between 2 and 5 orcs are sent off on patrol to patrol the surrounding area. Nazdog occasionally leads these patrols when they go after more important tasks, such as hijacking carts along the road to steal provisions.
Interesting.
Those left behind usually spend the time eating and drinking and keeping watch over the prisoners. At night, orcs not away on overnightly patrols take turns keeping watch over the prisoners in 2-hour shifts. You are fed once a day. In the evening, you're given a hunk of foul-smelling meat and a full water skin for you all to share.
I'm always happy with it.
A feast.
I always enjoy the meat.
Out of interest, George, did I manage to hide any weapons on my person? Because I do have a dagger. Did the orcs find it?
You can make a sleight of hand check.
Where were you hiding that?
That's for me to know.
Oh, I don't want to find out.
15.
15. Yeah, you do. It's not a fighting dagger, but more of a
Bread knife.
a knife you'd use as to skin animals and stuff that
Okay.
when you're on the road and things.
Okay,
But you
okay.
managed to hide that in your.
The Dunedain have their ways.
I think we should discuss our escape tactics.
So do we? How kind of well built is the door to this cave?
Door!
They're pretty thick wood stakes bound quite closely together.
But,
Some
Already
of
cut
that,
through.
yeah, could I surreptitiously
Is the,
start
Maybe you should discuss with the group.
start to cut the?
is the door the best way to go from here?
Well, I'm thinking.
want my
right,
stuff
and here's
back.
my plan, gang.
Okay,
Gather
you're
round.
actually going to share
Here's my
with us
plan.
your
Now, I
plan.
found these petals, right? And I'm pretty sure these petals are fairly poisonous based on evidence.
I don't think so.
Well, I reckon they might be, and I can't tell you why.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm thinking we loosen the door. We don't actually kick the door down, but we loosen the door. Then when the orcs are sleeping, we sneak out, pop these petals in their grog.
Can we steal some as well? I've been thirsty for days.
Well, I mean, don't drink the grog after I've poisoned it. But
But I do want to drink.
They're not all asleep all the time though.
yeah, but we can sneak around.
we,
the
we
ones
should
that
probably
are
we should
awake.
probably wait till what's his
Who's-
name's left, the big dude.
Who's the best at stealth? I'm pretty good at stealth. I got +5 stealth, mate.
No.
And that's down to you.
Yeah,
I'm sure
You're
you'll
gonna
do
stealth
just
out.
fine.
Well, you're
Yep,
quite sneaky.
okay,
You're
we're
a
all
tiny
going to
little
stand at the
goblin.
back while you do your thing.
They'll be less less aware if they see a goblin walking around, and if they see a full-grown Dunedain. I think you should do it.
How sneaky are you, sir? Pretty sneaky, as I recall.
No, not really.
Very
I've
sneaky.
got +1.
But yeah, I mean that's
I spent my whole time.
that's my plan.
I spent all my time in the library because that's the only.
Should
place where
we
go.
should we talk to the captain, see if he thinks
Yeah.
this is a sound plan?
Hey, Berwin, what you
Oh.
thinking? What you thinking, mate?
Hey,
Got any
we're
plans
thinking
to
of
escape? We obviously
we're,
can't
pro-
stay
we're probably
here.
whispering.
Oh, yeah. What are you thinking? Got any plans for escape? We obviously can't stay here.
Escape is vital for us to get out of here.
Well,
Soon.
that's
Nicely done, nicely done.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Captain. I guess we're not going to listen to you anymore.
Right.
The goblin came up with a better plan.
No, it's vital for us.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said. Ah.
God.
It's vital for us to escape within the 3 days while we're still at Weathertop. Once we get on the road, we'll be trudged for miles and miles. If we might actually get to Gundabad, we have no hope.
I don't know.
So, how many petals do you have?
3 petals.
How many? Pray tell, how many orcs are there?
There's quite a lot of orcs. But
If you can get me my axe.
There's
one
17
thing-
orcs in
One
total.
thing I know about orcs is that they always drink from communal
Communal.
pots.
That is true. I've witnessed
Got
this
all
myself.
their grog in one big place. We simply poison that, and maybe some of them will die. I don't
If
really know
you
what
can
these
sneak
petals
out-
Do you want to take a traditions check to see if you know?
See if
they-
you know that.
See if yeah, okay, fine. I got 12 for the traditions check.
You know that they don't have one communal grog, but they do have a series of water skins. Sorry, grog skins.
Grog skins.
Grog
huh?
Grog
The
skins.
skins of grog that they usually pass around.
So they pass them around. So really, we only need to poison a few of them.
Yeah. I think the Dunedain should put a bit of grass in their grog.
Yeah.
Can I do some check or another to check whether it's actually poisonous?
It might
not,
just
not
make
tell
the-
anyone.
yeah, it
else,
might just
obviously.
make the grog taste
just
really
Well, you can do a
nice.
nature check.
Just
Yeah.
because, yeah.
because I need to use my skill somehow. 23.
Yeah, you know that these are definitely poisonous. Probably take a couple of hours to take effect. And start with like vomiting, nausea, general.
Basically,
unwells.
make them a bit
It wouldn't.
hard.
It's not.
Wouldn't kill them.
It wouldn't kill them, but it would make them really ill.
Okay,
Nice.
So they'd
probably
be
easier to
sort of
fight.
stomach cramps that would have them sort of laying down and for the
Okay.
rest of
It'd be
the day.
easy to like
If we
kick
can-
the shit out of them.
If we can
after that.
probably run for our weapons when they're
Yeah.
nausea, that's a good idea.
Got jagged rock. I mean,
jagged
yeah.
rock.
You got a rock
Yeah,
there?
no.
Go.
No, what?
Oh, interesting.
Right. Do you wish to do anything else this evening? And we'll move it.
I'm
I s-
gonna try and start loosening the cage door with
Oh,
my
okay.
hidden bread knife.
Can I can I go talk to the elf?
Okay, yeah. So you take if you want to take a strength check for that, Joe.
20.
Aharedir. Oh, 20. So yeah, you managed to pry your knife into the metal hinges. You know that you could. I don't know. Do you want to actually try and rip the door hinges, or you just want to know if you can?
I want to know if I can. I
Yes,
don't
yeah.
necessarily want to get out now.
Okay, yeah. You know that you loosen it enough that you could, in fact, if you wanted to, leverage it quite easily.
Interesting.
With the thing, you managed to like loosen a bit of the bolt with your knife. And...
Excellent. Okay, I tell everyone.
Okay.
Hey,
So
hey,
he
fellas,
actually got a valid tactic now.
fellas, I've got us a way out of here.
Why are we trusting this man? We only met him today.
Oh,
We've been here for weeks, so we haven't found a way out.
right. See, that's on you. That is.
We've been here for 3 days.
Have we?
Yeah.
It feels like weeks. God, must have some of that grog.
He's suffering alcohol. I think it's affecting me.
Yeah, can I go talk to the elf?
Okay, yeah. She's in the corner of the cage, looking off into the distance across the plains.
Okay, I walk up slowly, so not to startle her.
Oh,
And
she-
say,
okay.
Excuse, what's her? Do we know her name?
Lalia Gwen.
What?
Lalia Gwen.
Lalia Gwen.
Come on, you
L-E-
racist. It's not hard.
She turns to you as you get closer.
I say, the dwarfs and the elves have often been friends. I was like, would you
Can
like
he
to...
please roll a lying check?
That might
Doubt.
need a deception check.
A deception?
No, she would. I think she would know the history between the elves and dwarves.
I obviously don't.
Yeah, as long as she's
is
not
the thing.
fucking
I
hit in the head or
definitely
something. she
don't.
probably
I'm
knows.
like, I remember we used to be friends once upon a time. I was like, would you like to join our escape attempt? And maybe you could bring something to the table.
Of course, dwarf. I shall join your escape.
Do you have any skills we could use?
Her voice becomes quite stern. You need not to worry about me.
Are you proficient in combat, my dear?
My
Yeah.
dear, bloody hell.
Milady.
She goes-
The lady.
She goes.
I would like a hair from her head.
Worry only for yourself, dwarf. For I have fought the many dangers of Mirkwood, where I have grown up.
No, I have ventured to Mirkwood. It's pretty dangerous, as I recall.
Stop recalling things.
I clearly don't recall.
So smooth.
Cool. I was like, well, tomorrow we're probably going to try and get out of here. Maybe I'll throw you a weapon on the way out. If I'm feeling
Why
nice
are you
about it.
role playing a creep?
Beardor is no creep.
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
I don't think he is role playing at the minute.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
real
she-
weird with it.
She turns back to look over the plains, very sort of distant, only really half listening to you.
What seems to trouble you, my dear?
Her expression hardens and she remains silent. She's
I
sort
thought we were friends.
you feel sort of
Can I do a persuasion check to see if she?
okay, what are you trying to persuade her?
I'm like, you can tell me. I'm a lovely dwarf from the Lonely Mountain.
You're gonna have to roll pretty high.
Okay.
A lonely dwarf.
I'm not lonely. Some goblins killed the rest of my crew.
Hi.
And the orcs finished them off. Persuasion 13 plus 16.
16.
16. Does
That's-
she fall in love with me? Can I persuade her to do that instead?
No, she turns to you. None of your business, dwarf.
Okay. I won't press further.
I think you should press
We'll
further.
talk-
She's clearly hiding
We'll
something.
talk more on the morrow.
Right.
I go back, kick the goblin on the way, kick him over as he's playing with his stone
What stone?
behind your back. I saw it.
Speaking of the stone, can I go to the fence and try and start cutting out a goblin-sized
goblin.
out of the fence?
You selfish fuck.
To begin with, I might
okay.
come back.
Yeah, you want to. It's going to be quite loud. If you cut. Yeah, so you probably need a That's probably maybe a stealth check. Would that be a stealth check
Sure.
to mask your
If we get found out, right?
Well, it'll
smashing
be.
of your rock
I
against
won't.
the,
I won't care if they just kill him. That'll be fine. Solves all up.
15.
Oh.
You can only really get a. You can't really hack too much out without causing too much of a noise. So I'm going to give you probably disadvantage on your strength check.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's a nat 1.
That's a 1.
Critical fail.
I don't need to re-roll that.
Please
Anthony,
say you trip over
It
and
actually
into.
makes the fence a lot more structurally.
The rock embeds itself in the fence.
As you hit your rock against the fence, it gets lodged in between the in between the stakes, and you can't pull it out.
I laugh loudly, unable to contain my hilarity at how stupid this goblin is. I enjoy watching him struggle.
Nicely done. I look at him and sigh.
Bollocks.
Please say even the elf size.
Everyone looks around at you like, what?
I don't even know how I managed that.
Please say, just go sit over there, Gobbo.
was there the whole time.
Play
It
it
was there
off as
the whole time.
intentional.
It
I
was-
meant to do that. Yeah, totally.
I meant to lose my only
It was an
weapon.
experiment.
Just sit in the corner and shut up, Gobbo. You're really not helping the situation.
And he smells bad.
Oh,
And you
that
are.
might be me as well. Sorry about that.
And you are my.
I haven't used the chamber pot in days.
Oh.
Well, here's some moss.
Ooh. I hear it's edible.
Not
Right.
if you touch it.
Okay, right, yeah. So you spend the rest of the evening milling around in conversation, talking about your back home and loved ones, and planning ways to escape before eventually getting in your furs and heading off to sleep.
I spoon with the goblin.
You two have a weird relationship.
It's a completely hate-love thing going on.
Just hate. Just hate.
I kind of I respect him for being able to talk to me, but I also hate his guts
Because I'm a gobbo.
because he's a goblin.
Gobbo.
But he's the only companion I have currently.
Thanks for watching this first episode of Balrogs Beers. Tune in next week for more adventures in Middle-earth.
Thanks for listening, everyone.